Welcome to Align Christ-Centered Yoga. My name is Linda and I'll be guiding our practice today. As we begin today, I invite you to imagine what it would look like to live in unity with others. All of the nations of the world united together in peace, individuals living together in harmony, Christ's church united without all the theological divisions and the denominations. God gives the prophet Ezekiel a vision. He says this, he says, "Son of man, take a stick and write on it, for Judah and the people of Israel associated with him. Then take another stick and write on it, for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and all the house of Israel associated with him." And he's talking about Judah here and Samaria. "And join them one to another into one stick, that they may become one in your hand." He goes on to say to them, "Thus says the Lord God, behold, I am about to take the stick of Joseph that is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel associated with him, and I will join with it the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, that they may be one in my hand. My servant David shall be king over them, and they shall all have one shepherd. They shall walk in my rules and be careful to obey my statutes. My dwelling place shall be with them, and I will be their God, and they shall be my people." God is talking about uniting Judah and Samaria, two nations who both worshiped God, but in very different ways, understood him differently, and hated each other. When Jesus goes to the woman of the well in Samaria, his disciples don't want to go into Samaria. And Jesus says, "I must go," because he is fulfilling this prophecy. God gives Ezekiel this vision right after the vision of the valley of dry bones. So Ezekiel has just had a vision of a dead nation, dead in faith, nothing sustaining it, and the breath of God bringing it to life, giving it muscle, giving it sinew, giving it tissue, building it into an army. And after that vision of the valley of dry bones, he's given this vision of a unified Israel, a unified church. Ezekiel wrote this 600 years before the birth of Jesus. He wrote this after the ruling of King David, who ruled the physical tribes of Israel. What would it be like if we were all unified under Christ? If we walked in humility with one another, if we loved one another unconditionally? I invite you to come to a comfortable seated position, maybe elevating your hips up on a blanket or a block. Rock a little bit side to side, front to back. Identify those sitting bones underneath you and settle in. As we begin our practice today, consider unity not just of the world around us, of our relationships with others, but consider unity of self, body, mind, and soul. Living in harmony, in union with Jesus. I invite you, as you breathe, to feel the breath of God moving through you. Inhaling fully into the lungs, the ribs, the diaphragm muscle, and exhaling as you draw the belly in. Empty the ribs, or soften the ribs and empty the lungs. Breathe deeply a few more times here. With each breath, take up a little more space. With each exhale, remove those barriers within you that create conflict. Pride, a strong will, the need to be right. Take one more breath here. Let the hands come down to your side, beginning to connect breath and movement. Take a deep breath in as the arms rise up, palms together, and exhaling, bring hands down, bowing your head. And continue here, breathing in, breathing out. One more breath here. As you press into the right hand, bring that left arm up and over and reach. And then come up and over and reach to the other side. Again, just consider what it is like, what it means in practical terms to reach out to others, to build bridges, to find unity with those that you disagree with. One more time. Take a deep breath in, both arms rise, palms together, and exhale, bring hands to heart. Take 3 breaths here and check in, noticing physically how you feel today. Give yourself permission to make any modifications along the way that just help you, that make this practice what you need today, body, mind, and soul. Gently release. I invite you to come off the blocks. Bring any props that you have towards the front of your mat. Meet me in table. And from table, begin to warm up the back with cat and cow. As the back rises, exhale, again leading with breath, connecting breath and movement. The word yoga means to yoke together, to bring into unity. In the moment, it's connecting breath and movement. One more time, cat to cow. I invite you to curl the toes under, bring the hands just a little bit forward, knees into the rib cage. Start to find your downward facing dog, the head in between the arms, shake out the head no, and yes. Begin to pedal through your feet. Notice what's going on in the feet, the ankles, the calves. Notice the hips, the back, the arms, the hands and wrists. Deep breath in, heels rise. Exhale, heels come down towards the mat. And one more time. And what is this downward facing dog telling you today about your practice? Notice where you begin. One more breath here. I invite you to take a deep breath in. Right leg rises high. Gaze forward, bring the foot in between the hands. Let that back knee tap down and up. A few times here. Raise that back leg up. Find that stretch in the psoas. And then drop the back knee down, top of the foot to the mat. Maybe bringing blocks to either side of this front foot. Begin to extend through the spine and then straighten and bend this front leg. Notice hip stability. Can you draw those hips back in a straight line? Just imagine yourself in between 2 walls here. And as you're ready, extend that leg, flex the foot, fold over a little bit more, but can you stay lengthened through the spine? So rather than slouching over, top of the head is still reaching towards the front of the mat. As you're ready, release. Go ahead and move those blocks out of the way. Raise that back knee up. Pressing into that outside hand, take the inside arm up and around and overhead. And back and around. And then take that outside arm out to the side and up towards the sky and find a twist. Stay here for 2 breaths. Maybe the ribs can wrap around that spine a little bit more. Sweep that back arm all the way around. Front foot comes to the back. Meet me in plank. From plank, come down to the mat. Maybe you come down to your knees. Maybe it's a straight legs. Forearms to the mat. Explore that first back bend. Finding Sphinx. Come in and out of it a few times. Just raise the chest off the mat and then float the ribs through those arms. Tuck the shoulder blades under. One more time here. Find breath and stay here. Exhale and release. Hands to ribs, come through table. And curling the toes under, meet me in downward facing dog. Engage through the abdominals, shake your head out, no and yes. Find breath. On that next inhale, the left leg rises high. As the gaze comes forward, the foot comes through, the back knee taps down and up. A couple more times here. Are you still leading with your breath? Inhale as you extend. Exhale as you drop. Stay extended, that knee off the mat. Adjust the hips a little bit. Find your stretch in that psoas. As you're ready, drop the back knee down, top of the foot to the mat. Again, maybe using blocks on either side of that front foot so that you can really lengthen through the spine. Find the hamstring stretch. Back and forth as you straighten the front leg. As you're ready, extend through the front leg. Again, shift the hips a little bit. Find the stretch. Lengthen through the spine a little bit more and hinge forward from the hip, not dropping down from the waist. As you're ready, foot to the mat, knee over the ankle. Go ahead and bring those blocks to the outside of the mat. Raise the back leg, pivot to the wide edge of the mat. Invite you to bring your hands forward here. Find a wide leg downward facing dog. Shake your head out, no and yes. Maybe you can engage the inner thighs a little bit as they draw in and up and towards each other, moving towards the center of the body. Again, thinking about the unity, not two separate limbs here, but legs that are connected. Gently bring the hands into center. Bring the feet in just a little bit. Toes towards the corners, hands to thighs, arise up into a squat or a plie. Use the hips to draw those knees back a little bit. Find something somewhat comfortable, but we're going to work a little bit today. Go ahead and bring the arms up into cactus. Rise up, and I invite you to, again, to really work through the inner thighs, those adductors as we come in and out. And 3 more times here. Come all the way up. Bring those feet into mountain. Hold on to that left wrist. Reach over to the side. Stretch as you look up. Press into that left foot. Again, reaching today. Come up and over. Reach to the other side. Press down into that right foot as you reach that right hand across. And release. Come again into that yoga squat. Rise up. Come into a warrior 2. You're going to turn the back foot towards the mat. The foot that's towards the front of the mat, is going to be parallel, toes pointing to the wide edge of the mat. Find your warrior two here. Again, come in and out of it. Use those legs today. Use those adductor muscles of the inner thigh. Two more times here. Come down into warrior two, adjust it. Use the hips to draw those knees into place. Come into that peaceful warrior. And I invite you just to straighten that front leg and bend it. And two more times here. This time, stay straight. Engage the abdominals, kind of lift up and back. See if maybe you can go back a little bit more, lengthening from fingertips to shoulder, shoulder to hip, hip to ankle. And release. Back into that warrior two, pivot into the lunge, facing the back edge of the mat. Hands to hips, hinge forward as far as you can go. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen through the spine. Reach that opposite arm of the leg forward. So my left arm is reaching. Find the twist and bring that left arm across. Maybe you stack the hands. Notice as you press into the hands, maybe you can draw the rib cage back a little bit more, engage the muscles of the upper back. Hands to either side of the foot, bring the front foot to the back, meet me in plank. From plank, come down to the mat. Find your back bend of choice here. Exhale and release. Hands to ribs. Curl the toes under, meeting me in downward facing dog. Settle in, notice what you notice. Big toe and little toe pressing into the mat. Heels pressing towards the mat as if a magnet was pulling them down. Left leg rises high, right leg rises high. Come forward into that lunge. Stay here in the lunge. Take that inside arm all the way back towards the ankle. Reach up. Reach over. Reach way overhead. Length from fingertips to heels. And then come down. Take that outside arm, that right arm, reach it to the side. Rotate the ribs around. Stack the shoulders. Stay here for another breath. Exhale, release. Come to the center, wide edge of the mat, and meet me in that wide leg downward facing dog. Again, walk the hands in, walk the feet in just a little bit, the toes facing out, hands to thighs, rise up. Go ahead and bring the arms up into that cactus. Again, rising up, drawing the inner thighs together, exhaling, using those hips to externally rotate, draw those knees back. Two more times. Rise up, bring those feet into mountain. Hold on to that left wrist and stretch. Press into that left foot. Up and over, go the other direction. Release and step out again. Go ahead, bring the hands out to the side. Shift your feet. Find your warrior two, this time facing towards the front edge of the mat. So now it is that left foot, the knee over the ankle, toes towards the front of the mat, right foot back edge parallel. From here, in and out. Straighten and bend. 3 more times. Come into that warrior two, anchor it. Come over into that peaceful warrior. From here, straighten and bend the leg. Straighten and bend. straighten, and bend. One more time. Come all the way back, hold on to it. Again, pressing down with the feet. Imagine that there's a wrinkle in the center of the mat and you are smoothing it out. Lift the hips kind of up or lift the body up and out of the hips. Use the internal obliques to find that crunch. And release, coming into that warrior two. Pivot into your lunge. Stay here, hands to hips. Begin to draw that front hip crease back, this back hip slightly forward, hinge forward. Reach that opposite arm as long as you can. Reaching for unity, reaching for others. Twist and bring the elbow across. As you stack your shoulders, as you stack your elbows, engage the muscles of the upper back. If you want more work, float that lower arm so that you're not leaning into the leg. And as you're ready, release. Hands to either side of the foot. Front foot comes to the back. Meet me in plank. From plank, come down to the mat. Find your back bend of choice. Maybe you're in upward facing dog. Curl the toes under. Meet me in downward facing dog. Check in. Remembering where you were when you started today. What has shifted? What has changed? Consider unity of Father, Son, and Spirit. Always working in agreement with each other. Working as one God in different ways. Find breath. Deep breath in, left leg rises high. Gaze forward, bring the foot all the way through. Again, inside arm, or outside arm, sweep it, inside arm, sorry. Sweep it all the way around. Up and overhead, stretch, stretch, stretch. Release, come back to center. That outside arm, that left arm reaches out to the side and up towards the ceiling. Swing that arm all the way back towards the foot, towards the front. Come to the center of the mat. Go ahead and bring your blocks as you face the wide edge of the mat, one to the front edge of the mat and one to the back edge of the mat. Find your downward facing dog here. Gently walk the hands in. Toe heel a little bit. Knees over ankles, hands to thighs. Rise up. Cactus arms. In and out of it 3 times. Lift and lower. Coming together. Release. One more time. Bring the hands out to the side. Shift the lunge. Shift the feet. Find your warrior two. In and out of this twice. Straighten that front leg. Drop into your peaceful warrior. Just stay here. So that front foot, the toes reaching towards the front edge of the mat. Lining up the body up and down the center of the mat. As you're ready, go ahead and bend that front leg. Come all the way over into side angle bend. Reach and stretch. Maybe you can lunge a little bit lower, this front knee right over the ankle, this front thigh parallel to the floor. And then from here, raise that top arm up, find that block, stack the arms, and straighten out that front leg triangle. Hand to the back, that top hand comes to the sacrum bone in the back. Gently wrap the ribs around towards the back a little bit more if you can. Engage the abdominals. Reach the top of the head towards the front of the mat. Gaze up if that works for your neck. Arm rises. And maybe you can float off the block just a little bit. 2 breaths here. Lunge back into that warrior, come into your peaceful warrior. Cartwheel towards the back of the mat. Rise up into your, nope, stay here, sorry. Find your plank. Got a little confused there. Come down to the mat. Back bend of choice. Sphinx, low cobra, upward facing dog. What's right for your body today? Curl the toes under. See if you can smoothly glide from wherever you are into that downward facing dog. Find your breath. And next inhale, it's the right leg that rises high. Gaze comes forward, foot comes all the way through. So again, that outside arm comes all the way back towards the hip. Up and over and down. Starting to get confused as we go here. The inside arm all the way back towards the hip, up and over. Hold it as you reach. Reach, reach, reach. Stack the hips. And bring it down. That right arm reaches out to the side and up. Exhale, release. Come all the way forward and rise. Pivot towards the wide edge of the mat. Hands to hips, come forward. Find your downward facing dog, wide legs here. Walk the hands back. Go ahead and bring the hands to the thighs as you come into that plie. Knees aligned with toes. 3 times from cactus arms. Rise up and release. Move with your breath. Glide. Feel the connection of the body as you move. Come up and stay there. Toe heel the feet in. Meet me in mountain. Hold on to the wrist. Come up and over and reach. Up and over the other way. Back into that plie. Adjust into your warrior 2. So this back knee over the ankle, reaching towards the toes. In and out of it 3 times. Straighten that front leg and bend. 2 more times. Notice the response of the hips. Use the strength of the core muscles to find stability. Straighten out that front leg, drop the back arm, reach behind you, straight leg, reverse warrior. Again, use the feet to press out as the inner thighs draw together and in. As you're ready, release. Bend that front leg. Front arm comes towards that front leg. Side angle bend, reach. And then bring that block towards the inside of the foot. Hand gently on the block, raise that top arm. Straighten out that front leg. Stack hips. Find breath. Breathe. Again, maybe the hand comes to the small of the back and the ribs draw back a little bit more. Maybe you can press through the outside edge of that back foot. Find your triangle. 2 breaths. Maybe you can float it a little bit. As you're ready, release. Bend that front leg. Pivot forward, find your lunge. Hands to hips. Hinge forward, top of the head reaches towards that wall in front of you. Reach that opposite arm forward and come into your twist. Find your twist here, elbows stacked. Engage the muscles of the upper back. One more breath here. As you're ready, release. Hands to either side of that front foot. Front foot comes to the back. Meet me in plank. Go ahead and drop down to your knees. Come down to the mat. I invite you to come up into a forearm plank. So the forearms can either be facing straight forward or the palms in triangle. Find what works best for you. And then lift the knees if you can. And then just drop one knee and lift it and drop the other knee and lift it. Now your option is to start from the ground with both knees bent. So we're strengthening through the core muscles here. Unity takes work. It goes against our human nature, which is very self-centered. Draw the knees down twice more. And then as you're ready, bring the knees to the mat. Come into your child to table twice. As you're ready, come into child's pose. And I invite you today to consider placing your palms up on your mat as your head comes down. Finding length as you reach forward. Remembering that unity does not come from our own hard work. It comes from living under the umbrella and the authority of Jesus Christ. Under his lordship, under his kingship. It is the Spirit of God who unites. So I invite you, as you come into child's pose, to surrender, to listen to the whispers and the nudgings of the Spirit. What can you do to foster unity in the community around you? As you're ready, gently press into your hands and rise up slowly. Bring your feet in front of you and wide and gently let your knees drop down side to side. As you're ready, bring your knees forward and come down onto your back. I invite you to draw your knees in. Give yourself a hug. As you give yourself a hug, rock side to side, massaging out the muscles on either side of the spine. And again, just consider unity, harmony. Hands to knees, gently begin to circle the knees around. So the feet are off the ground. You're massaging all around that sacrum bone. And as you're ready, go the other direction. Gently draw the knees into the rib cage and away, back and forth here. And bring your feet down to the mat and extend your legs long. Windshield wiper the feet and bounce the knees. Move the hips just a little bit. Bring those arms up and overhead and just stretch and reach. Fingers to one wall, toes to the other. Stretch as long as you can. Bring the hands up to the sky. Let the shoulders thump down. One more time. And bring the hands down to your hips, palms up. Finding breath, noticing the way the body has settled into the mat. Find rest in Shavasana. In this resting posture, remembering that it is not our works that bring unity to the world. Just as God gave the vision to Ezekiel, it is God, it is Jesus, who has put a community of love in the midst of every nation of the world, so that all may live in unity with Him. Slowly and gently come back to this time and place. Stay here a little longer if you have the time today. Begin to bring movement back, wiggling fingers and toes, rotating wrists and ankles, turning your head from the top of one ear up and over to the top of the other. Taking a deep breath in again, reach those arms overhead, stretching, reaching, getting long. And bending your knees, draw your knees over to the side, supporting your head on your arm, and find breath. Pressing into your hands, rise up to a sitting position. Find your sitting bones. Sit comfortably. Check in one final time, body, mind, and soul. What has changed since you came to the mat today? Taking a deep breath in, arms rise up and overhead, palms together, and exhaling, bring hands to heart. Joining me in prayer. Father, Son, and Spirit, Holy God, thank you for this reminder that we are called to live in union with each other, as well as union with you. Thank you for this reminder that no matter how dry our faith may be, that your breath will revive it, will bring us into union with others, so that all may know the love that you have for them. It is in the name of Jesus the Christ that we pray. Amen. Thank you for practicing with me today.